Does anybody have a copy to share? Here, you know what? I'll give him this. Okay. Thank you all for your feeling of Shabbat Shalom as we get everybody comfortable, as we welcome everybody into our sanctuary. Make sure everybody has what they need. Hopefully you've taken this time to not only make yourself comfortable, but maybe say hello to the people around you and a Shabbat Shalom. We have a couple more people I see coming in. Right? Yeah, Shabbat Shalom. Right. In this congregation, we extend Shabbat Shalom across the aisle, right? Okay. So Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome to Temple Sinai. If you do not already have a copy of our blue prayer book that says on the outside, Mishkan Tefillah, the thin copy, please find one if you can. You should all have a copy also of, or be able to read from a copy of some readings that we have. You'll hear more about the special commemorations we have this evening at our service. Let's open with the words of Shirul Adonai, Shir Chadash, from our Psalms, page 344. We always welcome everybody to sing. Doesn't matter what your voice sounds like. Only matters that you connect. Shirul Adonai kol haaretz, Shirul Adonai shir chadash. Now even with more gusto. Shirul Adonai kol haaretz, Shirul Adonai shir chadash. Sing unto God, all the earth, a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God, and we'll all sing along, all the earth, a new song unto God. Shirul Adonai kol haaretz, Shirul Adonai shir chadash. One last time. Shirul Adonai kol haaretz, Shirul Adonai shir chadash. I invite up Laura Fell and Lynn Rubinson to light the Shabbat candles and lead us in Kiddush. And as they're coming up, I invite everybody to stand. You can find these words in our prayer books, in the Shabbat evening service, on page 2. Can start with 3.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we by our lives give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kirishanu b'mitzvoto v'tzivanu, lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. Can you?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava u'ratzon hinilanu, zikaron l'maaseh v'reshit, ki hu yom tehila lemikra'e kodesh, zeher tziyat Mitzrayim, kivanu v'harta, v'otanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha, v'avahu ratzon, hintaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat.
It's just juice.
Here we go.
Temple Sinai or other guests who are joining us for a special song to set the mood and to usher in special commemoration for this Shabbat.
Shabbat Shalom. Since 1989, Women of the Wall, which is a multi-denominational feminist organization based in Israel, whose goal is to secure the rights of women to pray at the Western Wall, also called the Kotel, has been the leading voice for gender equality and religious plurality in Israel. Tonight, we, the women of Temple Sinai, stand and sing and pray in solidarity to celebrate its 30 years and its central mission to attain social and legal recognition of our right as women to wear prayer shawls, pray, and read from the Torah, collectively and aloud at the Western Wall. It's also an appropriate coincidence that today is International Women's Day, a focal point in the movement for women's rights. It's a public holiday that's been adopted by the United Nations in 1975, and I'm proud to share with you that the Women of Reform Judaism has its own representative in the United Nations that has worked towards this effort. So tonight, the women of Temple Sinai, let us hear our voice. We are stronger together as we sing Kumi Ori, which was commissioned especially for this 30th anniversary and translates into Arise my light, for your light has come.
Have it on the back, or whichever one side of the page that was handed out. If you don't have, just meet a new friend, sit near them, or offer yours over. Ready? 1, go. Sorry. Like this. everybody. Let's do it without the guitar. How about that? To invite everybody into this song with recitation of the verses that follow on your sheet. So you'll see, we'll have wonderful leaders.
Right and left you shall disperse. Do not fear, you will not be shamed. With great compassion I will gather you, and with endless kindness I am merciful to you. And the curtains of your dwelling. Extend the ropes and hold your pegs strong. Ukavod Adonai, Alayik Sarah, Kumi Ori, Kiva Orek, Ukavod Adonai, Alayik Sarah. My grace to you will not falter, and my peace covenant will not fade. Set your eyes around you and see, all have gathered and come to you. Umi Ori, Kiva Orek, Ukavod Adonai, Alayik Sarah, Kumi Ori, Kiva Orek, Ukavod Adonai, Alayik Sarah, Kumi Ori, Kiva Orek, Ukavod Adonai. Thank you for your participation, everybody. But and we invite Susan Blackman for an opening reading. On the chords.
At the tent of meeting, finally, after long work, physical and mental, I come to the opening of the tent. I know God, but do you know what this work means? You have always been in my thoughts, always in my mind, and even sometimes in my aching back, as I worked and struggled on your behalf. Let the opening of the tent encourage the opening of the text, and let me, your humble daughter, enter and not hold back.
Beautiful, thank you. Please turn to page 20 in your Sidurim as we welcome in the bride, the Shabbat bride, with the words of Lecha Dodi, quintessential song for Shabbat, for welcoming Shabbat. We will sing together the verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And the final verse, it's traditional, if we're comfortable doing so, to stand and turn towards the entrance and welcome in that Shabbat bride. And that Shabbat bride, as you can imagine, with that sense of promise, that sense of hopefulness, that sense of newness, and that sense of potential. Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Again. Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, ishmi'anu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, l'shem u'tiferet v'litila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Verse 2, likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki mikor haberacha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof masa b'machshava tchila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Verse 5, Hitoreri, kiva ore kumi ori, uri, shidaberi, kavod Adonai alayich nigla. Lecha dodi likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Please rise and face towards the entrance if you're comfortable. Bohi v'shalom ateret bala, gam b'simcha u'b'tzohala, toch emunei am segula, boi chala. Lecha dodi likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat nekabela. One more time. Lecha dodi likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Shabbat shalom, everybody. Turn the page, please, to 22. This is the song for Shabbat. Mizmor shir leyom HaShabbat, Mizmor shir leyom HaShabbat. Tov lehodot l'Adonai, uzamer l'shimcha elyon, lehagid b'boker chastecha, ve'emunatcha b'lelot, alei asur v'alei navel, alei higayon b'chinor, lehagid b'boker chastecha, ve'emunatcha b'lelot, alei asur v'alei navel, alei higayon b'chinor. Beginning. Mizmor shir leyom HaShabbat, Mizmor shir leyom HaShabbat. Tov lehodot l'Adonai, uzamer l'shimcha elyon, lehagid b'boker chastecha, ve'emunatcha b'lelot, alei asur v'alei navel, alei higayon b'chinor, lehagid b'boker chastecha, ve'emunatcha b'lelot, alei asur v'alei navel, alei higayon b'chinor. Mizmor shir leyom HaShabbat, Mizmor shir leyom HaShabbat. Tov lehodot l'Adonai, uzamer l'shimcha elyon, lehagid b'boker the bottom of the page, please join together in the indent. The righteous bloom like a date palm. They thrive like a cedar in Lebanon, planted in the house of Adonai. They flourish in the courts of our God. In old age, they still produce fruit. They are full of sap and freshness, attesting that Adonai is upright, my rock, in whom there is no wrong. Let's turn the page. And to end our series of psalms and songs welcoming in Shabbat, we're going to join together for the words of Shalom Aleichem. If Rabbi Gibson were here, he'd say, it's the one you know. Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Malechei Hasharei, Malechei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Amlachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Barchuni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Please rise if you're able for the Chatzi Kaddish on the following page 26. Yitgadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah v'yalamad yivrach yirtei v'yamlich machutei v'chayechon v'yamechon v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael Bagala uvizman kariv yimeru Amen. Yehi Shemei Rabbah mevorach le'olam le'almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishabach v'yitbar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shemei dekudesha b'richu le'ela minko barchata v'shirata tushpechata v'nechemata damiran b'alma v'yimeru Amen. Please turn to page 28. And please stay standing. Ya la 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 ya la la ya la 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 ya 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 once again. Ya la la ya la la ya la 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 ya la la ya la la ya la 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 ya la la ya la la ya la 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 ya la la ya la la ya Baruch hu et Adonai hamevorach Baruch Adonai Barach Leolam Vaed. Please be seated. Yikes, I'm sorry. On page 30, let's read together. Actually, on page 31 at the bottom, let's read together this intention for our Maariv service. This is an hour of change. Within it, we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it, we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai, ha'ma'ariv aravim. Page 32. Ahavat olam. Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael Amcha ahavta Torah u'mitzvot chukim u'mishpatim Otanu limadita Al ken Adonai Eloheinu B'shokveinu u'v'kumenu Nasiach bechukecha V'nismach b'divrei Toratecha U'v'mitzvotecha Le'olam va'ed Ki hem chayenu Ve'orech yameinu U'vahem negeh yomam v'layla Ve'avatecha tasir mimenu li'olamim Baruch atah Adonai Ohev amo Yisrael. Please rise if you're able for the Shema. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto L'olam Va'ed. You may be seated and turn the page. 36. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha V'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'adecha Ve'hayu advarim ha'ele Asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha V'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam V'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'derech uv'shochpecha uv'kumecha u'kshartam la'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uv'ishe'arecha Leman tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kadoshim l'Elohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liod lachem l'Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem. On the opposite page, 37, please join together in the English. Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot, so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai, your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai, your God. Adonai Elohechem Emet. Please turn to page 39, and we can read together at the top of the page. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. Page 40. And danced the whole night long. V'nemar kifad Adonai et Yaakov, ugalo miyad chazak mimenu, Baruch at Adonai gal Yisrael. Please turn the page. And on the top of 43, you will find a lovely rendition of the from a young artist named Noah Aronson. He has created this intention, let there be love, that works beautifully with the words also of Hashkivenu at the top of the page opposite. So we can sing some of this together. We can sing the Hashkivenu. Let's go over the words of Hashkivenu so that everybody can be comfortable taking part, right? Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu, Hashkivenu, Leshalom. One more time. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu, Hashkivenu, Leshalom. So the words of Hashkivenu are words that are said that are recited only in the evening service. They are words of comfort and asking for peace as the evening comes, as we go to sleep eventually, and we wake to a new day ahead of us. I've invited Carly Platt, who's in from college, and we're delighted to have her join us for this special Shabbat. So use the words from Noah Aronson, use the words from Hashkivenu. They all work together. So let's see if we can find the key. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashkivenu. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu, Leshalom. Let there be love. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love
peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storm. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu, Hashkivenu, Leshalom. Ve'amidenu, Shomreinu Lechayim, Ufros Aleinu, Suchat Shlomecha, Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu, Hashkivenu, Shalom.
Everyone.
Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu, Hashkivenu, Leshalom.
Baruch atah Adonai, hapore sukkot shalom aleinu, ve'al amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. May you spread your sukkah of shalom, your sukkah, right, of peace, upon us, upon all Jerusalem, and all who share the world with us. Turn the page, please, to 44. V'shameru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledoratam berit olam. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledoratam berit olam. Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael, oti le'olam, oti le'olam, oti le'olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam berit olam. Last line. Uvayom hashvi shavat vayinafash, shavat vayinafash, shavat vayinafash. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'doratam berit olam. Again, if you're comfortable, please rise and turn to page 46. As we reach the part of our service, the Amidah, time for community prayer, also time for personal prayer, and I'm going to ask Rachel, if you would like some help, to please open the ark. And it's customary, of course, to rise. It's customary to face towards the east, right? Which is, of course, facing towards Jerusalem, or to whom we pour out our prayers, the direction that we face and pour out our hearts. Ananana Adonai. Ananana sfatai tiftach. Ananana ufi agid. Ufi agid tehilatecha. Ananana Adonai. Ananana sfatai tiftach. Ananana ufi agid teilatecha. Ananana Adonai. Ananana sfatai tiftach. Ananana ufi agid teilatecha. Please turn the page. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim v'Konei Hakol V'zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot U'mevi Geula Livnei V'neihem Leman Shemo B'Ahava Melech Ozer Moshiach U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah 50 Ata Gibor Leolam Adonai Mechayei Hakol Ata Rav L'Hoshia Mashiv HaRuach U'Morid HaGashem Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed Mechayei Hakol Berachamim Rabim Zomech Noflim V'Rofei Cholim Umatir Asurim Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar Michamocha Bal Gevurot Umido Melach Melech Memid Umechaye Umatzmiach Yeshua V'ne'eman Atalachayot Hakol Baruch atah Adonai Mechayei Hakol. Page 52. Ata Kadosh v'Shimcha Kadosh U'Kadoshim b'chol yom Yehalelucha Selah Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh. Maybe you may have a seat. And let's continue on page 55 at the bottom of the page and read together these especially meaningful words of intention. Disturb us, Adonai. Ruffle us from our complacency. Make us dissatisfied with the peace of ignorance, the quietude which arises from a shunning of the horror, the defeat, the bitterness, and the poverty, physical and spiritual, of humans. Shock us, Adonai. Deny to us the false Shabbat, which gives us the delusions of satisfaction amid a world of war and hatred. Wake us, O God, and shake us from the sweet and sad poignancies rendered by half-forgotten melodies and rubric prayers of yesteryears. Make us know that the border of the sanctuary is not the border of living, and the walls of your temples are not shelters from the winds of truth, justice, and reality. Disturb us, O God, and vex us. Let not your Shabbat be a day of torpor and slumber. Let it be a time to be stirred and spurred to action. Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Turn the page, please. And 57 at the bottom. Again, I always invite you to join together. You are with us in our prayer, our love, and our doubt, in our longing to feel your presence and to do your will. You are the still, clear voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble, when pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answer to our prayers. There may we find you, and there find courage, insight, and endurance. And let our worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel and all who seek you may find new strength for your service. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otcha levadcha b'yirah na'avod. On the next page, we have the words of Modim Anachnu Lach, and instead of the words from the Siddur, we will use the opening words from the Siddur, and then we will continue with words from the extra sheet that we gave you. This melody written by Beth Schaefer, and again we welcome Carly Platt to join us. Modim, modim, modim anachnu lach. Try those words, just saying them. Modim anachnu lach. So we will sing, Modim anachnu lach, Modim anachnu lach, Modim anachnu lach, Modim anachnu lach. Everybody got that? Modim anachnu lach, Modim anachnu lach, Modim anachnu lach, Modim anachnu. I will give thanks for the sunshine, I will give thanks for the rain. Join us. I will give thanks for the good times and pray they come again. Modim anachnu lach, Modim anachnu lach, Modim anachnu lach. Pour out your thanksgiving. Modim anachnu. I will give thanks for my life, I will give thanks for your love, I will give thanks for your goodness. You know I never get enough. Modim anachnu lach, Modim anachnu lach, Modim anachnu lach, Modim anachnu lach. With feeling now. Modim anachnu lach, Modim anachnu lach. Look into the eyes of whoever you're thankful for. Lach, Modim anachnu lach. And at the bottom of the page, Baruch atah Adonai, Hatov shimcha ulechana lehodot. Your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving. Thank you. Let's turn the page and read together at the top of page, actually at the bottom of page 61. Don't stop after beating the swords into plowshares. Don't stop. Go on beating and make musical instruments out of them. Whoever wants to make war again will have to turn them into plowshares first. Baruch atah Adonai, hamavarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. At this point, it's customary Temple Sinai to ask you all to take some moments for your own personal prayer, those things which you may want to expand upon that are in the Siddur, those things that the words of the Siddur may not mention, those special places in your heart. We ask you to, if you would like to sit, you may sit. If you would like to rise, you may rise. And shortly we will join together with the words of Oseh Shalom.
Makes peace in the heavens descend on us, and the world will say amen. May the one who makes peace in the heavens descend on us, and the world will say amen. 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 Descend on us, and the world will say amen. May the one who makes peace in the heavens descend on us, and the world will say amen.
Oseh Shalom bimroma, hu
Israel, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. Amen, amen. Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. May the one say peace in the heavens descend on us, and the world will say, Amen.
I hope that left you with the peaceful feeling that it left me with. And we want to share that peace with those who may not be able to be with us tonight because they may be in a hospital bed or in a nursing home or at home with some part of themselves not well, some part that's part of their body, part of their spirit, part of their soul. And so we turn to page 253 and offer the words of Misha Berach, these words of healing. Before we begin, if there's anybody whose name you would like to share, we can make it part of our collective prayer, or you can always keep those names close to your hearts. Please feel to shout it out. Thank you. You can keep going if you have more. Sorry? Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else? Chava Batili and Joe Darmel. Misheberach avotenu Mikor habracha limotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheberach imotenu Mikor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. So you heard Lynn explain earlier today that this Shabbat we're offering, in addition to our regular Kabbalat Shabbat and Mariv services, a commemoration of three different things. The 30th anniversary of Women of the Wall, the International Women's Day, and as we'll talk about a little bit more later, the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory Fire. So it's quite a powerful Shabbat, and to share some more power with us, invite up to the podium Lynn Magid-Lazar.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Usually I don't need a microphone. No one ever thought I needed a microphone. Right, that's true. So, as the cantor pointed out, it is a very auspicious day. I mean, it's Shabbat. For that alone, it's auspicious. And it's not only Shabbat, but it's the Shabbat when we finish reading the book of Exodus. our parsha for this week, concludes the book of Exodus. Next week we'll start Leviticus. And it's always a bit of a celebration when you finish one book and start the next. And it's Rosh Chodesh Adar too, the first day of the Hebrew month of Adar. Now this year there are actually 2 months of Adar. That would be the whole Hebrew calendar thing would be another whole Devar, another study session. We can do that sometime. But it is Rosh Chodesh Adar, a month of joy. And as you heard, it's International Women's Day. How many of you knew that? Okay, great. It's actually been a worldwide holiday since the UN adopted it, as Lynn told us, the other Lynn, in 1975, although it actually began in 1909. It's a day to celebrate the social, economic, cultural, and political achievements of women, and it marks a call to action for accelerating gender parity. In fact, the theme this year is, if for those of you who may have seen this on Instagram, is #Balance for Better. And you'll see this pose, Balance for Better. And if Shabbat and Rosh Chodesh and International Women's Day weren't enough, it's also the 30th anniversary of Women of the Wall, as you've heard a little bit about. Women of the Wall was established in 1989 when a group of 70 women decided to have prayers of thanksgiving at the Wall following an international conference of Jewish feminists in Israel. At the event, which was held very strictly according to Orthodox law, Orthodox halakha, at that event, ultra-Orthodox men and women tried to disrupt the service by screaming, cursing, and acts of physical violence. So the women went away from that experience, refusing to accept that women could not pray freely at the Western Wall, and Women of the Wall was created. And it has held a service every Rosh Chodesh for the last 30 years at the Wall. They are the leading voice for gender equality and religious pluralism in Israel. And oh, how I wish I could stand here today on the 30th anniversary of that founding and say that women are free to pray at the Wall. There have been some successes and advances, actually fairly significant ones, but there are still many issues that restrict us, like reading from Torah. And to this day, we are often met with screaming, spitting, loud whistles, and other aggressive behaviors from ultra-Orthodox men and women. My first Rosh Chodesh with Women of the Wall was, coincidentally, although I don't actually believe in coincidences, it was, coincidentally, Rosh Chodesh Adar in 2010, the first time I was there. That was still a time when it was illegal to wear a tallis. Now, 9 years later, that's one of the successes. Women are free to wear talitot, tefillin, and to pray out loud, kind of. But in 2010, I remember wrapping my tallis around my body, under my shirt, under my jacket, and you have to go through security to get in to the area of the plaza. And I was actually more terrified that they would confiscate my beloved tallis than I was afraid of being arrested or detained. I was not detained, and I did retain my tallis. And this is how I described the experience at the time. I wrote, "On the one hand is the spiritual joy of standing in the Jerusalem sunshine at the Kotel with 150 strangers who welcome one another into their midst and become a community in a matter of minutes. On the other hand is the despair in hearing and seeing the vile and nearly violent reaction of other Jews who object to the heartfelt prayers of fellow Jews in the land of Israel." I wrote, "It's the year 2010, and I stand shoulder to shoulder with other Jewish women praying at the Western Wall, and people are yelling and threatening me. Can this be possible? So here we are in 2019, Rosh Chodesh Adar. And yes, the women of the Wall met this morning to pray at the wall. And any one of you who's read the news will not be shocked by some of the things I will tell you. You should be proud to know that Women of Reform Judaism, WRJ, has a delegation of 6 women, including our current president, in Israel right now, representing all of us at the anniversary weekend. It's a whole weekend celebration with Women of the Wall. But what we should not be proud of at all, and we should be incredibly worried about, is the horrendous display of violence on the part of ultra-Orthodox men and women and children. If you haven't already read about this, I encourage you to spend some time this weekend reading the Israeli press about the pushing, shoving, spitting, and violent language and behavior that was displayed at the Kotel this very morning. Read about the rabbis and the communities who bused thousands of young girls from Orthodox schools to the Kotel this morning, arriving as early as 6:30 so that they could pack into the women's side of the wall and keep everyone else out. Read about the non-Orthodox men who were there in solidarity, who had fringes from their talitot ripped off. Read about a group of former Israeli paratroopers who fought to reclaim the wall in 1967. They were there in support of people praying at the wall, and they were taunted by young ultra-Orthodox men and called stinking leftists. And read the articles where you can see the signs that say, in Hebrew and in English, "Reform denies the Torah and all Jewish traditions." No, I am not making this up. Women and men gathered to commemorate 30 years of activism for women's equality in religious life and in the public sphere, and they were subjected to this despicable display by other Jews. Okay, breathe. Rest assured that Women of the Wall will be back at the wall next month and welcoming Rosh Chodesh Nisan. And I did mention that there have been successes. Women are allowed to pray out loud in a group, in a minyan, or 10 times the minyan. We can wear prayer shawls and tefillin if we wish. And the police can not only not arrest women, but they must protect them because it is our legal right to do that. Although this morning, not so much. That said, we still cannot have a Torah scroll or read from Torah at the wall. Although if you follow this, the Women of the Wall are incredibly creative of how they actually manage to sneak Torahs into the wall clandestinely almost every month. If you follow the news at all, you may also recall that there was a negotiation, hard-fought negotiations among all the participants that culminated in an agreement about the wall. The government, the ultra-Orthodox, the rabbinate who control the wall, the reform movement, the conservative movement, and Women of the Wall all came to an agreement in 2016 to move to create an egalitarian prayer space at the wall, another part of the wall. It was a compromise on everyone's part. 1 year after the agreement, with no substantive progress towards the goal, the ultra-Orthodox parties got cold feet and pressured the government to put the agreement on hold. So as of 2017, that agreement is frozen. So the struggle to conduct a true and meaningful service that includes praying and reading from Torah still continues. And so some of you may be thinking in 2019, this certainly doesn't seem right, and it certainly doesn't seem to reflect the Jewish values that we hold dear. But we don't live in Israel. And why does it matter? Why does it matter what happens at an archaeological remnant of a stone wall? So let me offer 3 reasons why I think it matters a lot. Number 1 is the importance of the wall. Rabbi Eric Yaffe, past president of the URJ, wrote, and I'm quoting, "Throughout the generations, the Kotel has been a source of inspiration to Jews everywhere. It's a concrete symbol of our love for Jerusalem and our common Jewish destiny. The wall belongs to the entire Jewish people. It must be a place that unifies our people, where all Jews are welcomed and all are respected," end quote. So regardless of geography, we are one Jewish people, one family, Klal Yisrael. And if some of us are not free, none of us are really free. And I think we in Pittsburgh, particularly after October 27th, understand the influence of the love and support of the rest of the world in a way that I know personally I didn't really understand until then. Reason number 2, the importance of gender equity and human rights. As the theme of International Women's Day emphasizes, the better the balance, the better the world. Today, we live in a world where we are working hard. We strive to elevate awareness and efforts around the Me Too movement. We know that women do not earn equal pay for equal work, and we're trying desperately to correct that. We're working to educate and raise awareness about gender identity and true inclusion, which we emphasized right here at Temple Sinai all last month. But in a world that's not in balance, we have to keep working towards that goal. Gloria Steinem, one of my heroines, said, "The story of women's struggle for equality belonged to no single feminist nor to any one organization, but to the collective efforts of all who care about human rights." And the third reason, I think we need to understand that we're all created in God's image. Our Torah portion this week that ends the book of Exodus, it not only concludes the book, but it teaches us about the conclusion of the building of the tabernacle during our journey from slavery to peoplehood. I mean, we've been reading for weeks this incredible detail, which is usually not Torah's strong suit, detail, about how exactly the Israelites were to craft a space for God to dwell among us. Weaving, sewing, carving, silversmith, everyone was included. The text even tells us, men and women, all whose hearts move them, all who make an elevation offering to the eternal. Now, I'm not in any way trying to say that we had gender equity in ancient times, but I am recognizing that from our very earliest days, everyone played a part in creating a place to pray, a place to bring God in to dwell among us, because everyone is created B'Tselem Elohim, in the image of God. And that's exactly why, on this celebratory day in particular, it's so vital to recognize that the women of the wall have for the past 30 years and will continue to remind everyone that no matter your gender identity or the way in which you pray, we are all created B'Tselem Elohim. They'll continue to empower us, those women that stand at the wall every month, to embrace our Judaism freely and to educate and advocate for religious pluralism in Israel and around the world. And it's my hope that next year, on Rosh Chodesh Adar, we will have all found a little bit more of our spiritual voices, and we'll be a step or two, or maybe three, closer to creating meaningful Jewish identities for women and for men and for every human being. Ken Yehi Ratzon.
Ken Yehi Ratzon. Thank you, Lynn. It's beautiful. I'd like to invite up Laura Fell to lead us in the prayer that you will find in your handout, the prayer of the women of the wall.
May it be your will, our God and God of our mothers and fathers, to bless this prayer group and all who pray within it, them, their families, and all that is theirs. Together with all the women and girls of your people Israel, strengthen us and direct our hearts to serve you in truth, reverence, and love. May our prayer be desirable, acceptable to you, like the prayers of our holy mothers, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, and Leah. May our song ascend to your glorious throne in holiness and purity, like the songs of Miriam the prophet, Devorah the judge, and Hannah in Shiloh. And may it be pleasing to you as sweet savor and fine incense. And for our sisters, all the women and girls of your people Israel, let us merit to see their joy and hear their voices raised before you in song and praise. May no woman or girl be silenced ever again among your people Israel or in all the world. God of justice, let merit to see justice and salvation soon for the sanctification of your name and the repair of your world. As it is written, Zion will hear and be glad, and the daughters of Judah rejoice over your judgments, O God. And it is written, for Zion's sake, I will not be still, and Jerusalem's sake, I will not be silent until her righteousness shines forth like the great light, and her salvation like a flaming torch. For Torah shall go forth from Zion, and the word of God from Jerusalem. Amen.
Amen.
Selah.
Thank you. We turn to the final part of our service. The words of Aleinu. Please rise as you are comfortable. You'll find these words at the bottom of page 282. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. Please have a seat. Today, as I mentioned earlier, not only do we commemorate the women of the Wall and International Women's Day, we remember the victims of the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory. This was an inferno. According to the New York Times, they killed 146 workers at the Triangle Shirtwaist Company 100 years ago. It was, and there 102 of the victims were Jewish. And this is a date that is as significant as is the 25th of Adar in the Hebrew calendar. And this Yortzeit was this past Tuesday. Oh, I'm sorry. It was not. Sorry. So on a sunny, if bitingly cold morning on that 100th anniversary, 50 people trooped across a muddy cemetery in Staten Island, run by the Hebrew Free Burial Association, to say Kaddish at the graves of 22 of the fire's victims, 4 men and 18 women who were buried on a hillside, most of them sewing machine operators whose families had been too poor to afford grave sites and headstones. So included in our in those that we commemorate this evening in our yort site. In our Kaddish, we will observe also a yort site for Yaakov ben Mordechai, Jacob Bernstein, Kalman Donik, Liebel Rosen, Zalman Tabak, and the women Lizzie Adler, Ida Brodsky, Sarah Brodsky, Ada Brooke, Molly Gerstein, Mary Goldstein, Diana Greenberg, Pauline Horowitz, Becky Kappelman, Bertha Kula, Tilly Cooper-Smith, Julia Oberstein, Becky Rhines, Ethel Schneider, Margit Schwartz, Sadie Weintraub, Bertha Wendroff, and Simi Wazatsky. Also in our congregation, we remember the following names. And please rise if you hear the name of a loved one or one for whom you'd like to stand to commemorate their yort site. Judy Abadini, Renee Spinstock, Genevieve Blivas, Helen Bodek, Joel Braum, Adele Bronston, Fanny Cohen and Lillian Cohen, Harry Cooper, Abraham Dovner, Willa Dominsky, Saul Essman, Regina Feinberg and Julius Feldman, Morton Goldstein, Philip Harris and Joel Iddickson, Barry Janoff, Bernard German, Anna Silverman Karsh, Louis Goldsmith Katz, Ruth Kundin, Celia Marcus, Sarah Marenstein and Sheldon Music, Bessie Olitsky, Harry Pantel, Leo Rabner, Manuel Ruiz, Myrtle Schwartz and Leonard Serbin, Esther Shapiro, Lena Schweitzer, Edward Siegel, Raphael Silberman, Claire Steiger, Sandra Steiner, Richard Vernier, Sanford Wedner, Marvin Weiss, and Jerome Weisberg. Was just handed another one. Reva Rack, thank you. Is there anyone whose name was inadvertently left off the list? Raymond Gross, please rise. Sherman Lieberman. We also remember those who have recently departed our midst. Stuart Bleckman, the husband of Kelly Bleckman. Raymond Arnold Gross, the grandfather of Lauren Fell. Jim Warren, father of Katie Whitlatch and the grandfather of Nate and George. Sherman Lieberman. Evelyn Rebb, the mother of Jan Kornman. And Eleanor Bloom. We ask the rest of our congregation, as is the custom at Temple Sinai, to stand in solidarity and so that no mourner stands alone. As the mourners lead us in the words of the Mourners Kaddish, page 294, and we respond to them. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah. Amen. Be'alma divarach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chaye d'chol Beit Yisrael ba'agala uvizman kari v'imru. Amen. Yehi shemei Rabbah mevarach le'olam le'almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei dekudesha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiran ba'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min shmaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Aseh shalom b'mromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. You may be seated. Just a few announcements. We'll keep it quick before our oneg in the back. Thank you to Frank Schwartz, I know, who was greeting this evening. Thank you always to Edgar Snyder, who underwrites our cantorial program with a generous grant and supports music at Temple Sinai in numerous ways. Our oneg this evening is sponsored by Jan and Ed Kornman in memory of Jan's mom, Evelyn Reb, and also in honor of the women of Temple Sinai. Evelyn would have been 92 yesterday. So thank you so much. And what a beautiful way to memorialize her. Tomorrow morning, we have Torah study at 8:30, and our informal Shabbat minyan is at 9:15 upstairs in the chapel. Sunday, we have our usual Sunday schedule. Those who are joining me to learn Torah reading, we're at 11 in the morning. Next Friday, we have Tot Shabbat at 5, and then a Tot Shabbat service at 5:30, Tot Shabbat just with snacks at 5 in the service afterwards, and birthday blessings within our service at 7 o'clock, at which we will also celebrate Ruth Love's 90th birthday. I'm sorry if I gave anything away, so there you are. She knows. Anything I missed? Okay, watch your bulletin. We've got really fun stuff coming up. We've got Purim. Put on your calendar if it's not already there. March 20th. Rachel's really excited to be part of the Purim Spiel, as a number of other people who are here. Purim Spiel. So that's a Wednesday evening, March 20th. We've got the Purim Spiel with the music of Mary Poppins. We've got that evening the Lot Gehamantash debate. The lineup will be coming out. Some really, really fun people. We will also have a couple weeks after that a concert that celebrates music and inspiration of Leonard Bernstein. More news on that to come. So, on your sheet, the one thing that we didn't do is the words of Tfilat Haderech. These are words written by Debbie Friedman. Debbie Friedman, of course, of musical fame. These are words of blessing as we all leave today and enjoy not only Shabbat, but also our delightful Oneg and the week ahead. Oh, oops, I'm in. Am I here? Let's see. Let me take this off of here. Hold on. May we be blessed as we go on our way. May we be guided in peace. May we be blessed as we go, and this be our blessing. Amen. 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 May this be our blessing. Amen. 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 May this be our blessing. Amen. May we be sheltered by the wings of peace. May we be kept in safety and in love. May grace and compassion find their way to every soul. May this be our blessing. Amen. 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 May this be our blessing. Amen. 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 May this be our blessing. Amen. One more time. Amen. Amen. May this be our blessing. Amen. 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 May this be our blessing. Amen. Please rise. Rachel, you want to come up and do the honors? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei minei mizonot. And pick a good animal cracker. We'll see you all in the social hall. Shabbat Shalom.